2, 3, funky.
My darling, I love you, 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 I love you.
Hi guys, it's Kiralee and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be in the kitchen and I'm going to be showing you how to make a healthy, super easy sweet dessert recipe. I'm actually making this dessert recipe up on the spot, so hopefully it works. Fingers crossed. I'm kind of just going to make the recipe up as I go and let's hope it works. I've decided to call these cooking segments In the Kitchen with Kiz. For those of you who don't know, my nickname is Kiz, hence my Instagram Kiz Active Life. Okay, let's get on to making this delicious, healthy recipe. Also, before we get into it, I have this little sore on my lip and I can't stop looking at it. It's really annoying me, but that's what it is, so yeah. Okay, let's get on to the recipe. Okay, for today's recipe, we're gonna be making healthy cookie dough bars. These are super easy to make, they're no bake, and they only require a few ingredients, which is good. As I said before, I've actually never made this recipe before, so I'm kind of just making it up on the spot and hoping it works out. So the first thing we're going to be doing is using chickpeas. It may seem weird putting chickpeas in a dessert, but it actually, you can't even taste them and it makes it go really thick, and it's a really good consistency when you use them. So I highly recommend trying out using chickpeas in your sweet desserts. So first thing I'm going to do is drain the chickpeas. Okay, so I just drained my chickpeas and now we have to do the most annoying part of the recipe. So if you don't know, chickpeas have like this little like shell on them, and that makes, you've got to take that off, otherwise it just goes really weird. It's so much better if you take it off and like do it without. So now we have to take all the shells off the chickpeas, but I have a little hack, so remove that. Okay, so you just go like this gently. You can see that the shells are starting to come off, so you just want to do that until all the shells have come off. Don't do it too hard, otherwise you'll squish them and that won't be good. Much easier way to get them off. There'll still be a few that will have it on, but you just got to pick them off. This is definitely the most annoying thing about using chickpeas, but once you get it done, it's all easy from there and super quick. Okay, I just finished doing the chickpeas. Here they are. The shells are all off, hopefully. I hope I didn't miss any. That actually took me forever. That was so annoying. It's so tedious doing this, but it's worth it. The recipe is definitely, whenever you're using chickpeas, like in sweet desserts, it's definitely worth the time taking the shells off them. You just need to get a blender of some sort. I'm going to use a food processor, but you could also use a NutriBullet or whatever you have. Using NutriBullet though, it might be like a bit hard to blend it up so it's smooth. You don't want it chunky because that would be really gross. So just use a high-powered blender or food processor. So I've set up the food processor and now I'm just going to add in the 1 can of chickpeas. Into the food processor, you're also going to add 1/3 cup of almond butter or nut butter of choice and 1/4 cup of liquid sweetener, whatever you like. I'm using agave syrup, but any sweetener, honey, rice malt syrup, whatever you would like. So now these 3 ingredients are in the food processor. I'm just going to blend it up until it's smooth. Make sure you scrape down the sides and make sure it's all getting mixed up, because you really don't want to have chunks of chickpeas in there. That would be really gross. Okay, I just finished blending it and it looks really, really good. I'll show you what it looks like. So this is what it's looking like. This is what you want it to look like, nice and smooth. Let's just have a little taste and see how it's going. That's so good. Yes. I feel like only peanut butter, but like almond butter's growing on me a little bit, so yeah, this is really good. Give it a little mix so it's all combined. Okay, the mixture is all combined. It's looking so yum. It actually looks like chocolate chip cookie dough. I'm so excited to eat these. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is get a lined baking tray and just pop this in. I'm gonna be licking this lip. me that doesn't look like real cookie dough. Wow. Okay, so this is the bar. It's looking so good. I may or may not have just licked the spatula just to taste it. And it was really good. Really good. I shouldn't be doing it, but you know, if you cook, you're allowed to lick the utensil. Anyways, now we're going to be making a chocolate go on the top. Okay, to make the chocolate for the top, all you'll need is 1/4 cup of coconut oil, 1/4 cup of cacao powder, and 1/4 cup of sweetener of choice. Again, I'll just be using agave syrup. So what you want to do is melt the coconut oil and then just add it all into a bowl and combine it. Okay, so I just got 1/4 cup of coconut oil and now I'm just going to pop this in the microwave. You just need to make sure it is liquid. Okay, so I've got my coconut oil and I'm just going to add this into a bowl. Okay, now we're just going to grab our agave and add 1/4 cup. And finally 1/4 cup of cacao. Alright, now you just want to mix it up until it's all combined. Okay, the chocolate is all combined. Now we just have to place this on top of the cookie dough. This is what the bar is looking like. Now once you've done this, you just need to pop it in the freezer for it to set. It'll probably take about 30 minutes, I'd say. Maybe a little longer. Now we just have to wait until it is set. Well, actually I have to clean up everything, but you guys will be seeing it pretty soon, the finished product. Also, I just wanted to answer a question that I sometimes get, which is how do I get recipe inspiration, or how do I make up my own recipes? So usually I sometimes scroll through Pinterest, they have good recipes, and then just to get ideas, and then like I make my own version, or I just think of unhealthy things that I want to make a healthy version of and just chuck some things in a bowl, hope it works. And most of the time they do work, sometimes they kind of fail, but most of the time they work out pretty good. So yeah, I usually just look on Pinterest, or I'll just see other recipes and get some inspiration behind them and then just make my own version, or just an unhealthy thing and then just make it a bit healthier. So yeah, that's how I do it.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Hey guys, it's the next day and I thought I'd show you the finished product of the cookie dough bars. I may have had a sneaky taste last night and they tasted so good. But here they are. Can you see? Yeah, focus on that. They look delicious. You cannot taste the chickpeas at all. Like, you would not know they were in there if you gave it to someone. I don't think they would recognize there were chickpeas in there. I'll leave the recipe in the description box below, and if you do try them out, make sure you tag me or comment on this video and let me know how you like them. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!